This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Cyberzoic figure of the Razorhound, where past and future collide. Except for not really at the moment because we don't have any of the other things aside from the beast, so we don't have any of the future stuff. The Razorhound is a mount, and it is a Achillobator giganticus from the Fire Clan this time, and the Fire Clan's logo looks like a hand, which seems kind of weird to me. On the side, we get kind of like a little close-up of his beautiful little face. On the side, we get a close-up of the Fire Clan's symbol. And on the back, we get some product renders here and some artwork. Species profile, length 6.1 meters or 20 feet. Weight 650 kilograms. Family, Dromaeosauridae. Earth origin, Mongolia. Time period, late Cretaceous. Name meaning Achilles warrior. Action figure features, 15-inch long action figure, 23 points of articulation, adjustable display stands, 2 sets of interchangeable feet, posable wire in tail. Oh, interesting. Now, to complete our Razorhound unit, when it comes out, we have the armor here, which, I mean, honestly, the armor by itself looks pretty badass right there. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how it fits on this guy. But the fact that it actually looks like some kind of robotic dog thing is pretty awesome. And then we have a generic fire guard as the rider. Meaning so far out of the 2 that I've done, I've only got 1 named character. So let's go ahead and open this sucker up. So these are the display sand parts for this one. It's a clear rocky looking thing with some sand parts, extra claws for the feet there, or are these for the wings? No, for the feet. This part looks like it's got like a little sticky bit on there. I'm not entirely sure what this part is supposed to be on the stand, but if it tells it that, it's going to break really easy. So here's the tail. This is why it said it does have a wire in it for moving instead of joints. Feels like it's actually a fairly thick wire too, but that's not something you really tell from here. We got a little ball joint here for this. Just remember what a pain in the butt it was to try to connect stuff previously. That went in pretty easily. That guy takes up a lot of real estate now with that tail. Kind of feels safe to assume that the stand is there because this guy is going to be real hard to try and position. Also, when I did the Cyberbeast review, I really kind of like damaged a lot of the skin on my one thumb, so I'm trying to avoid doing that this time around because it's not healed all the way yet. It looks like the attack claw here is actually articulated. That's cool. What? Ow! Son of a... It's also very sharp. He's got this little fringed bit here. You could probably take that off, pop the head off, or leave it on there. On his card, we have that close-up of his face. We have the same basic information we read on the front. Jesus, am I bleeding already? You know, could they have made the print any smaller on here? One of the largest dromaeosaurids that ever lived. Achillobator was a deep-bodied predator built for moderate to fast running and leaping. Its robust maxima structure also suggests that it hunted prey larger than itself. Hunter's Call. Add 2 skirmisher pack members to the pack leader on your field in 1 turn. Discard this card after 1 use. This does have me kind of wondering, again, is there a game going to come out for this, or is there already one out for this? I mean, the pictures on here are the toys, which... Just to note real fast, like with our Razorbeast, we have, in this case, they gave us kind of a pink color to the grid. And we have another scene on the back, which actually kind of looks like some kind of a base tower there, so that could be interesting. Let's take a quick look at the instructions to see exactly how this is all supposed to work with that stand, because obviously we do need the stand here. For full jaw gape, place 1 jaw behind the neck. Place the jaw behind the neck on the collar. Torso features can be removed by detaching head. The figure can stand without the base if properly balanced. Yeah, well, so far that hasn't worked well. The adjustable stand has a wedge with 2 sides low height and a tall height used here for standard base. So do that attack thing. The standard base can be used with various rod combinations. Plug the rod into the base at the lower end. Cradle parts are compatible with the adjustable base. When attaching the base, arm turn sideways, then twist upwards. Feet can be easily swapped, but the peg may need to be posed prior to attaching. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not entirely sure. I guess this is supposed to be for an attack pose, maybe? Ow! Son of a bitch. These figures are very hard on the skin. So yeah, I would guess that we're just going to say that the other foot is meant more to look like it's jumping to attack. So there's that. I'm just going to put the regular one back on there for our current purposes. Okay, so the jaw opens about this far. And inside, we got some pretty good detailing. The tongue's kind of lolling about in there. That's interesting. Hope you can all see that pretty good. So the head itself is on a ball joint and can kind of spin around and move a bit. This part here feels like it's not really attached. Ah, shit. And that it's actually just kind of a rubber piece over the neck joint itself, which probably is what's giving us a little bit extra movement here. This is that fringe I was talking about. That could be taken off if you want. Considering how difficult I was having just a moment ago trying to pull the hat. Jesus, I am bleeding all over the place. Considering the issues, I just trying to pull it off a moment ago. Didn't really want to. I'm not going to force it because I don't want to break this thing. But yeah, we also have a neck joint down at the bottom here. So you can kind of see this area here moving. A little bit up and down, side to side. A little bit of spin. The arms or wings, hand claws. We have a shoulder joint with a ball that moves in and out and around. We'll call it the elbow here, moves up and down. That's it. Any side to side here is just because it's kind of loose, as you can see right there. And then our little wrist is also just kind of a peg, and it can go up about this far and then down about that far. We do have a ab ball, I guess, where we can spin him around. We can move that up and down, side to side, and turn it a little bit here and there. The legs, like the arms, can rotate back and forward, although not as much as the arms. We have our knee joint here, which can bend forward a little bit and bend back a little bit. Not a whole lot of movement there. Then we have, I guess I'll call it our second knee, which does have a hinge joint in there, which bends about that far. But it can also spin, so that gives you a little bit of additional posability. Then at the wrist area, it is just a ball joint. It gives you some leeway here and there, but mostly just allows you to spin and is there mostly, I would say, to make it easier to swap out, the feet parts. And as I said before, I believe these are just meant to be, if you're going to go ahead and try to pose him like he's attacking with his feet claws. The tail, there is two joints back here. There's one here. And then the other joint is, of course, where we plugged in the tail itself with the wire-bodied part so that you can pose that around if you want. Now, this part was, or was it? Okay, so this is actually a separate stand from the other one. I don't like the, I'm not really a big fan of the way they do this. Like, the stand directions are really awful on here. And I'm not sure. Okay, so this part is used with this thing here. So that slides in like this. And then I guess you decide how you want it to sit from there. And then, of course, I'll just go ahead and do this now. We can just stick this little foam thing on the bottom there to help kind of hold it in place. Then I guess this one attaches to here. I don't know if they've done this yet, but I think Creativebeast Studios needs to go ahead and put together a set of instructions on how to work with these stands. Because just kind of looking at these instructions, I don't really understand what we're doing here or how to position it. This looks like it would go here and rest that there, I guess. Wait, hold on. Maybe this goes in here like this instead. Okay. So the ball looks like it goes into the bottom of that stand. Is that what this is? Yeah, I guess you need to actually look at the image really closely to figure out that the ball goes in there, not the other part. And then these things can attach to it. So you can kind of use a combination of two of those to make him look like he's in the air a bit. I am not too impressed with the stand design. I mean, I think it's kind of creative the way they did this, but at the same time, it's also a pain in the ass. I'll give them credit for trying to find a way to put together stands that you don't have to peg into the figure. But at the same time, I don't think I would really trust these stands very much. Oh, crap, my cracker. Yeah, so that doesn't work either. Maybe when the armor comes in, they'll be a little bit easier to pose him on his own and you don't need the stand. Otherwise, I'm thinking mostly it's just going to be just trying to find a way to keep the sucker upright, and that's it. So I guess overall, I'm not a big fan of the way the stands are set up. And believe it or not, I have managed to kind of cut myself a couple times doing this figure. So I'm going to have to wash up a bit, maybe bandage myself. So this was kind of a painful experience on many levels. I mean, the design though itself, the look of this thing is pretty glorious. I'll give Creativebeast Studios here props for their actual design, the paint, the plastic use. Yeah, I definitely am looking forward though to getting the armors for these and the figures so that we can deck them out and play with them like that. But let me know what you guys think overall, especially that stand. I hate that stand. I might actually have to see if they have videos up just to see how best to use the stands. But if you enjoyed this review, claw that like button. If you want to see more videos of this as they come out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.